Hello, my friends. Hello, my friends. Hello, my family. Hello, my friends. Hello, my family. Wouldn't you want to be like me? Now, what's going on here? Like, which one is live? What? My Talia? My Talia something? I think we're going to listen to this meathead. It's not good to see you.
And continued announcements from the president will continue.
We're going to listen to this meathead.
I did want to say that I am glad to see a shift in how the president's talking about Canada, how he's talking about our prime minister, and I'm hopeful that this new constructive relationship that appears to be evolving between the prime minister and the president means some stability and ultimately grounds to sit down like adults and come to agreement on how our two countries can work together to increase prosperity for everyone. British Columbia stands together with Canadians across the country that are affected by the president's tariffs. And particularly, I think about people who work in the automotive sector, and particularly in Ontario right now, we're already facing layoffs. As well as we stand with the Americans who work at automotive plants that are also seeing layoffs today.
See, they changed their shit. The guy just changes his poo-poo.
American families are going to see dramatic
increases. His diapers, this guy.
Literally everything that they buy at the store, in terms of the cost that was already too high for so many families. And as they face layoffs and see the contraction of their economy and the stock market continue to drop,
we have to blame Trump.
One of the messages that we have for the American people, and that I know British Columbians, that we all carry this in our hearts, is we do better together.
Better together.
We supported each other for many, many years. And bad decisions out of the White House by one person do not affect that relationship that we have with Americans, and vice versa.
And you need to go back to where you came from.
I will be meeting with the Prime Minister
Underground Nation
and be coming out to British Columbia. I look forward to
back.
that visit.
Got my hair cut.
To talk about the issues that we're facing here, particularly in our softwood sector. Tomorrow, I'll be in Prince George, meeting with forest industry representatives.
I know. Go Trump.
My concern is that the president has committed to targeting our softwood lumber industry, even more than the Americans already have with their unfair duties on our products. It's going to drive up the cost of housing in the States.
I'm sorry to everyone that I turned this on. I just want to hear what this meathead wanted to say.
And we're going to stand together with those workers in that sector to make sure
that you guys want to watch something?
As well as with that industry.
I did a video yesterday.
And part of the effort will be around diversification to other markets. And
I did a video this morning, actually. I put it up.
Industry and workers directly.
It's pretty awesome. Because I'm awesome, right? Check this out. Check this one out. So this is Claire Rattay and Josie Osborne. Josie Osborne's the Minister of Health. Claire is conservative, and she's the advocate for like getting rid of the NDP.
This current government champions mental health and addictions as being one of their top priorities, and year after year, we know that thousands of people in BC continue to die.
Saying that, we're deeply committed to saving lives and to getting people the treatment that they need. People who are,
I'm going to cry. I absolutely cry when I hear people. Like, there's times where I just lose my shit. Like, we are deeply committed to saving lives. Yes, my friends, that is felony. That's his name. That's his stage name. That's what he goes by. Anyways, Drew Coover, I'm back. It's been a couple weeks. Up next, we've got the BC House of Commons, the legislative building. We've got Claire and Osborne discussing how much billions of dollars they're spending to change the whole addiction field, the mental health field. I talked to the woman that I fell in love with that had a child my child, our child. I expressed to her, I would love to know what it feels like to have a child in your body. She can explain to me all she wants, but I don't understand. I can't. I'll never be able to understand. It's the same way as if I walk into the hospital and tell the nurse I've got a problem. She can be empathetic. She can be sympathetic. She can but she won't have any idea how to get fixed if she hasn't done it herself. And what they're doing is they're just creating these programs to give people more drugs, put them in more houses. The BC Minister of Housing, BC Housing, the Minister of Health, they're working together to collaboratively continue to funnel drugs into people's bodies and say, it's okay. It's okay. Hundreds of thousands of people have died in North America over the past 5 years. And everyone's lighting Teslas on fire. Anyways, I hope you liked the video. God bless. Check it out. Check it out. You know, you're deeply committed to create a program which just continue that process and put people on a disordered payroll and then just create more funding.
I'm going to be focusing mostly on mental health and addiction stuff, and my colleagues will handle some of the other health-related things, but I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful to work with the minister on this and, get some answers to some of the questions that we have. So I'm going to start out with a few general questions. Budget 2025 outlines $1.14 billion in spending on health, mental health and addictions care 25-26. And there's $500 million that are allocated specifically to mental health and addictions over the next 3 years.
$500 million in British Columbia are allocated for mental health and addiction in the next 3 years. That means $167 million over the next 3 years. It's a lot of money.
I'm wondering if the minister can table how that funding will be broken down and where it will be spent. Specifically, how much of that $500 million is actually going to new programs. The budget currently states that the funding over the fiscal plan will support and sustain addictions treatment and recovery programs established through previous budgets. So I'm curious if there's funding that's actually going towards new programs, new facilities, if that can be broken down, please.
Recognizing the Minister of Health.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So thank you to the question around how the $500 million in the fiscal plan for mental health and addictions breaks down into what is sustaining certain services and what services are new. So I'm going to talk about 9 particular areas, and I will say it's not entirely exhaustive, but it's very close. And I'm going to talk about those areas where funding is being sustained, those areas where it's being sustained and new together, and then those areas where it's all new programming. So I'll start off with substance youth services. Over the fiscal plan, there's $70 million allocated to sustain existing services. I'm going to talk about the Road to Recovery program that exists at St. Paul's right now. Over the fiscal plan, there is $47.416 million to sustain that. There is also $65.710 million to begin expansion of the Road to Recovery program throughout the province to other health authorities. There is, together, there is money to sustain and to add, especially in the north, Indigenous treatment, recovery, and aftercare in the amount of $102 million.
Now, I don't want to do this, but I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to go on to the pleb. And pleb is cool. I'm sure he won't mind me doing this. But he is at the rally right now in Oshawa.
They're still coming in, but the lineup is dying down. But you can see, I don't really want to go hang out with the back. Chad, are we famous? Is that what it said? Yeah, I mean, we're famous at political events, but, you know, I can still go to the mall, you know, without getting mobbed for pictures. But yeah, when we're here,
thanks, Arnold.
yeah, it's crazy. 9,100 people in the chat right now. 9,100 viewers. Man, you guys must be as pumped as I am to see this crowd tonight.
I got 2.
9,100.
Give me some.
Exactly.
Come on,
we might even hit 10K today.
Push someone to my channel.
Do I even have the battery? Yeah, okay. we're gonna switch it over to Pierre's stream when his stream starts, okay? This is only like the warm-up. This is the behind the scenes, you know, get talk to the people, get to gauge the crowd. But when Pierre's rally starts, we switch it over to Pierre. Okay, we need Pierre Poilievre's stream tonight to hit 10,000 people watching his speech, okay?
Pierre, they're at the airplane hangar. They're renting out airplane hangars. So like last week when I met Pierre Poilievre, PP, I call him PP. When I met PP last week, there was only like 35 to 4,500 people in the building. Now he's like got airplane hangars. Like he's in the airplane hangars. Like there's no way the polls are correct. He's going to kick everyone's butt. I'm sorry. God bless you.
So my entire audience, move to Pierre when his stream starts. Let's go inside.
Look at how many
thousands? Yes, you can get a picture. Come on in.
Talk a little bit.
Yes.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. Yes, I can take a picture. No problem. Come on, switch it. Switch it to the button on the right. This one? No, that one. Didn't go through? Awesome, awesome, yes. Too big to rig.
Too big
to rig. This is what too big to rig looks like, chat. This is what too big to rig looks like. Oh, the Pierre Poilievre Express is here.
There he is.
All right, guys, see Pierre's bus? Maybe I'm gonna bring, oh, we got the security detail. Awesome, awesome, yes. All right, I'm gonna try to get access to, I'm gonna try to get behind the scenes and try to go say hi to Pierre. Too big to rig looks like. And pump him up before his speech tonight, okay? Poilievre Express is here. All right. Look at this. All right. Guys, see Pierre's bus? Okay, we're behind the security gates. I'm probably not even allowed here. But I learned something in life. You don't ask. You don't ask. People tell you you're not allowed to be somewhere, and you'll find out. But I am definitely probably not supposed to be here, but we do it for the content. All right. Look at this. Behind the scenes. Behind the scenes.
It's interesting. It's kind of lagging a bit.
I can't be here?
Exactly
No, I'm sorry.
why.
I cannot be here.
Well, you don't have to put your hands on me.
I'm sorry. I did not mean
You
to.
like pushed, you literally shoved me. Like that's, okay. Just don't have to shove me. I would have went. All right. Okay, well, we're not allowed to be here, chat. I told you.
That was awesome.
All right. Relax, pleb. Well, man, he put his arms, he grabbed my arm.
Shut up, bro.
Yeah, he's probably a liberal. You guys think that guy was a liberal? Probably. That makes sense. Or else he... Who cares? Stay there? No, I don't want to get kicked. Okay, well, we're not allowed to be here, chat. Yeah, chat thinks he's a liberal. All right, we'll keep it moving along. But you go by what? All right. I needed that PPE. I didn't have PPE. Next time I'll bring high-vis gear. All right, keep it moving. People are still piling in here. Yeah, chat thinks there's still people coming in by the hundreds. Still people coming in. Hi. Hi. How you doing? Is there anything to drink here? I need a water
Hey,
bottle.
friends, just
Yes.
just got it. I'm just
How's it going, bro?
looking at
You're making it. We're making it too big
stream.
to rig tonight. Wait till you see the crowd inside. You guys have been.
He's gonna turn it off in like 10 minutes when Pierre shows up. So yeah, just what do I do? If you're new to my channel, I'd like to welcome you. Please subscribe. Please hit the subscribe button. Please, I'm trying to gain more followers because I have an ego. And I like it to get bigger. Look at how many people are just climbing in. It's so exciting to watch the momentum. There's so many people showing up. It's just amazing. Guy's such a meathead, I swear to God.
Hi. Hi.
Hey, man, I love your show, brother.
Thank you.
Watch it all the time. Can I get a selfie?
Yes, come on in. Look at
You're the best, brother. Thank you for fighting for Canada.
Let's go.
Let me get one selfie, sir, if I may.
Yes.
I saw your live
you have it on video. You have it
like, I gotta see the clip.
You have it on video.
Oh, oops.
Oops. Boomers for Pierre. Boomers for Pierre.
God, here we go.
You do a good show, buddy.
Let's go.
Great show,
My mom's
man.
gonna
Great
see
show.
this. Thanks, buddy.
boss.
Let's go,
Thank
Pierre.
Let's
Thank
go.
you so much.
No problem.
Good job. Good job.
Hi. Let's go.
Hi.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
It's boomers for Pleb.
That's a boomer for pleb right here.
Boomer for Pierre.
Let's take a shot.
Let's do this.
My mom's gonna see this. Thanks, buddy.
boss.
Let's go, Pierre.
Let's
Thank you
go.
so much.
No problem.
Good job. Good job.
Hi. Let's go.
Hi.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Wow, it's really
boomer
cutting in and out, eh?
Pleb right here.
Boomer for Pierre.
Let's take a shot.
Oh, what just happened here? Let's do this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
My mom's gonna see this. Thanks, buddy. Let's go, Pierre.
Let's go. No problem.
Good job. Good job.
Hi. Let's go.
Hi.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Wow, it's really cutting in and out, eh?
Pleb right here.
Boomer for Pierre.
Let's take a shot.
Oh, what just happened here? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I messed something up here, my friends. My apologies. Going live in 7 minutes, friends. Going live in 7 minutes. Thanks, buddy, Arnie. I'm really appreciative of you, Arnold, because I really took the time to, I did about 5 different recorded segments maybe about a week ago or a couple days ago. I recorded 5 segments. I actually wrote it down on a piece of paper, each segment I did. And it all worked out for the best, man. Anyways, people, I saw Jagmeet Singh. You want to see Jagmeet Singh? Anybody want to see Jagmeet Singh? I hung out with Jagmeet Singh. Don't tell anyone, please. Please don't tell anyone. I was hanging out with Jagmeet Singh. Where is he? I was at the live event. I went and met him live. He shook my hand. He really shook my hand, my friends. He shook my hand. Watch this. Watch this, my friends. Watch this.
A worker first economy.
Shaking my hand, bro. Shaking my hand. Shaking my hand. Check it out. He's shaking my hand, my friend. He's shaking my hand. Oh, he's coming up, my friends. Check this out. I got too many fucking things going on here. It's funny. Where can we nominate Tom Green? Daddy, would you like some sausages? Sausages. Daddy, would you like some sausages? Oh, my Lord. God bless. Did you guys see this? Check this out. Watch this. This is Jagmeet Singh on Saturday. Watch this. MVP. 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 Here he comes. Hey, man. Shaking my hand, bro. Shaking my hand. I know you. The guy that I was sitting beside, the guy that was there with me, his name is Alex Zoltan. He works for True North. So he's I don't know what he's a journalist. He's actually a paid journalist. And they don't like him. No, they don't like Alex Zoltan at all. Anyways, quite an interesting event. Quite an interesting
He's like
event.
5'10".
Unfortunately, not an event I want to be part of. Pierre visits the steel plant this morning. We could watch a little bit of that if you want. You want to watch some of that? Hey, sweet Lou. Sweetie. Doesn't really do a really good job there. I'm gonna put this right here. Sorry, Alan, I got too many screens. Too many stuff's going on. Jagmeet Singh, bro, listen up. Listen, I was thinking, people, listen to me. People, if you're listening. Listen, I shook Pierre's hand. I got a face-to-face with him. We were there 5 hours prior to the event. And there was a little FaceTime thing that happened. And the guy that I was with, actually, the first guy that was there, I was the second, my son was the third. The guy made a top scorer basketball card. And he actually took this guy's face out. And he put Pierre's in. And he put a little conservative thing on his jacket. And anyways, Pierre shook my hand. Now, I played football. I've met and shook many politicians' hands, many movie stars' hands, many movie actresses' hands. I know men. I'm a man's man myself. I'm a man. The guy Jag shook my hand and he was like, cool. And he you're right. I think, I could sit down and have a beer with him and talk shop. Honestly, Jag was just that guy. Very impressed. I was actually really, really impressed with just the way he spoke, how he carried his energy. But unfortunately, he's got an OnlyFans. He's got an OnlyFans model working for him today. Oh, bro, he's got an OnlyFans model. It's in the news, right? Oh, what is it? I want to see it. Or OnlyFans. OnlyFans. Jagmeet. OnlyFans creator. Look at this. She's an OnlyFans model. And where was it? Northern Perspective actually had, was it Northern Perspective? Northern Perspective had pictures of her up. Northern Perspective had pictures of her. She's hot. She's got a hot body. She's kind of round-headed, sort of not my attractiveness style, but there she is there. I'm all excited. People, I'm excited. I'm really, I get really jacked when one more minute. I'm just going to stay right here. I'm not moving. Got any questions for me? He won't panhandle on the streets, bro. He created, I think Jagmeet actually created generational wealth for himself over the past decade. So he'll be fine. But he won't have a lot of friends to hang out with, so he might be collecting some sort of, I don't know. Is there a friend group where you can people are going to X now and communicating on X, and X is a really interesting space. X is not a cool place to be, bro. Pleb. Let's see what the pleb's doing.
Thank you. No problem. What up? Young dudes for Pierre. Blue collar is showing up for Pierre tonight, chat. You know how much PPE I saw tonight?
Okay, so you want me to tell you how many people are there? I'll tell you.
Yeah.
That goes way back there. There's got to be 4,000 or 5,000 people there.
Whoa. The Pleb Reporter. Sorry, guys. Gimbal's going crazy. The Pleb Reporter.
Are you live on TikTok right now?
I'm on YouTube right now.
Yeah, anyways. It's quite an interesting thing. Who's in the rooms right now? Arnie, Left Coast. Oh, this is Left Coast. This is Rick. Is this Rick? Is Left Coast name start with the letter R? R. 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 Poor Pleb doesn't know how to use this computer stuff.
Why don't you go manual?
We're gonna go manual. Let's go manual. Sorry about that.
So he's in an airplane hangar. He's got 3 airplanes in there. Ah, it is too, Rick. Bro, Rick. Hey, listen, man. I've got a board meeting tonight, and we're gonna vote on changing the name from Renfrew. My club. We're changing the name, bro. We're going Twin City, and we're gonna go. We're gonna do it all, bro. It's gonna be get her done. We're gonna have a new club, and by next year we should have at least 500 kids playing football in the Vancouver Burnaby area. And Michael O'Connor's committing to a 2-year term as executive director. I'm going to go back to president because I don't really want a paycheck to do it. It puts too much stress on me. I just want to have my stuff paid for if I have any expenses. I got a couple guys that played football. I don't know if you know Ash Takar. He's our VP. My son's now on the board because he's 20 years old. Man, it's awesome. I'm so excited. Shelly! My finger's getting better, Shelly. I fell asleep last night, and look at that. It's like, you can see it. Look at that. Ew, yuck. Ew. You know what I did? I actually took my I took my finger nail off by cutting my nail off with the Dremel. Wee! Wee! Cut it off. Look at the pleb. He's just going nuts.
Live stream. Can we get this to 10,000? Can we get this to 10,000 another time?
So pleb's trying to get his live stream to 10,000 people. I'm trying to get my live stream to 10. What, my hair? Did you see my haircut? Like, I got a new haircut. It's pretty fresh. Look at that mullet. Look at that mullet. Okay, pleb, I gotta go, bro. I can't look at your fat face anymore. I'm just kidding. He's not fat. He's just chubby. He's just lovely. It's just lovely. The fallout from Trump's tariffs. Why are so many people so freaking focused on these stupid tariffs? Yeah, that's where the dude bit me, bro. He ripped my finger right off. Like, he ripped the end of it. It came right off. So when I went like this, I guess he bit there like this, or it was either like this or like this. It was either one of the two because there was teeth marks here, and he ripped it right off. It was just hanging. Yeah, they couldn't put stitches in it, bro. I like my hair cut just the way it is. Do you want to see a picture? I want to see a pic of the OnlyFans model naked that is working with jag meat. NDP goes tits up. There it is right there. Check it out, bro. Like, this is craziness. This is craziness. Jagmeet Singh hired an OnlyFans model. She got 210,000 people following her. Jagmeet's like, hey, look at this. She's mine. I'm like, I think Jag's playing the field. No, I'm sorry. I don't really want to follow you on TikTok. What's this? Woman arrested for using vibrator on beach. What the heck? Oh my Lord. Women arrested for using vibrator on beach, dead from suicide or murder. What's going on in this world? I mean, can someone please help me figure this out? What do you mean, that action figure? Did you have an action figure for me? Sorry, friends. I'm just still waiting for this to happen. Well, that's interesting. I hear something funny. I hear something funny in the background.
Bring this stream to 12,000. We're almost at 10. Now we're losing viewers.
Now we're losing viewers. We're losing people. They're all coming to Andrew. God help me. What do you guys want to watch here? Let's do this. I'm really proud of this video that I did actually today, and I posted it. I'm really proud of it actually because it took me a long time.
This current government champions mental health and addictions as being one of their top priorities, and year after year, we know that thousands of people in BC continue to die.
Saying that, we're deeply committed to saving lives and to getting people the treatment that they need. People who are,
I'm gonna cry. I absolutely cry when I hear people. Like, there's times where I just lose my shit. Like, we are deeply committed to saving lives. Yes, my friends, that is Felony. That's his name. That's his stage name. That's what he goes by. I know Felony quite well. I've met him about 24 times. He's in and out of jail, like in jail and then out. Like, he goes in jail and he's out. And then you go back in jail and then you get out again. Anyways, Drew Cooper. And everyone's like
Through previous budgets, so I'm curious if there's funding that's actually going towards new programs, new facilities.
There's no new funding going to any new programs and new facilities.
Recognizing the Minister of Health.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So thank you to the question around how the $500 million.
Can you listen to her? This is our NDP health, our health minister. Can you listen to the way she talks? This is the beginning of 2 days ago for 8 hours. I watched this. She talks like this because she's fucking scared.
$1 in the fiscal plan for mental health and addictions breaks down into what is sustaining certain services and what services are new. So I'm going to talk about 9 particular areas. Times that we are very committed to expanding the road to recovery model in every health region. So to answer the
recovery beds through you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. On the vein of treatment and detox and recovery beds, through you, does the ministry have a plan to ensure that continuum of care moving forward so that people aren't accessing withdrawal management or detox services and then not being able to immediately go into recovery? Is that the purpose of expanding the Road to Recovery program so that we can ensure that there is a continuum of care there. I think we're all very aware of the issues and dangers around people going to detox and then not being able to access those
Shelley,
follow-up
it
services.
does have a lot
So
of
is
beds,
that
but
something that's
it's
going to be
not
focused
a
on
rehab
moving
center
forward?
anymore. It's I know I met the owners that were there a couple of years ago when it was actually a really good place. But now if you go there and you want treatment and you want to be sober, you can't, because there's actually clients in there that are on drugs. Because, you know, when you are an addict and you go to these places, they'll give you Suboxone, or they'll give you clonidine or Kenadine. They could give you all these different drugs. It's just, there's no one sober. There's no sobriety places unless you're paying $35,000 to go into a place for five. You're not. You're just. There's two things getting live here. All I can say is it's really, really sad that our provincial government continues to. I was going to open up a treatment center last year. I have enough money, and I have enough money to start up the processes. I have enough people that have money to back me up, and they're willing to back me up. And I actually had to pull out and send a beautiful letter to all my financiers, because I couldn't do it, because I couldn't allow. Like, in order to run a detox portion of the treatment center, you have, if you want to get any public funding, and you kind of have to have the public in your corner in order to become a treatment center. And if you have the public in your corner, if you have the government in your freaking corner, it's just so frustrating. If you have your government in your corner, you have to basically offer services to opiate agnostic treatment. So you have to basically have doctors and nurses in there prescribing safe supply medicine to people coming off of drugs. It's so frustrating. Very simply. So what they're doing is they're putting people into detox when you gotta get sober. When you gotta get help, what you do is you go in a hospital, and then they give you drugs. So they give you, if you're, she's evil.
I give you a pill.
And I just want to state how the existing Road to Recovery Center
Will get help. Now they give you a pill.
And I just want to state how the existing Road to Recovery Center in Vancouver is functioning. And so.
See, her eyes are on fire.
But,
so I'll tell you how it's functioning. So I went there because my prescription was running. They call it the Road to Recovery. So you go to the hospital and you say to them, I walk into the hospital and I tell them, my doctor's dying of cancer and I need a prescription because my prescription's going to run out in 12 days. And they're like, okay, we'll let you talk to a doctor. And then you talk to the nurse, and then you tell the nurse, I need a prescription because my prescription's going to run out in 12 days, and my doctor's got cancer, and I can't find a doctor that will prescribe me my pain medication. Okay, well, let's you see a doctor. So then I go see a doctor, and the doctor looks at me, and he sits down, and he goes, so I heard that you abused your drugs, you got no more left, and you're going to need an emergency refill, eh? And I was like, pardon me? Pardon me? My kid beside me goes, pardon me? Who told you that? Oh, the nurse and the secretary. Never told them anything of the sort. Told them that, actually, here, I opened up my bag. I pulled out my medication. I'm like, here, this is like, it's like 14 days worth of medication right here. Look at that. Pa-zoom, pa-room, ba-boom, bla-boom, bla-boom. The doctors just want to give out drugs. And this lady, she just wants to give the opportunity. They're giving $8 million worth of advertising for safe supply, and they're giving $16 million to the pharmaceutical companies from October 2023 to October 2024. She on fire. Out. And my doctor, unfortunately, had cancer, and he turned the TV off. The locum. The TV's on. I'm doing a live stream, and you hear music in the background because they weren't equipped actually to write a script. So you got to go to Mark's World. You got to buy yourself a cheap belt. Road to Recovery. I know. Take my card. I go down there. I explain to the front desk person. I then explain to the nurse. My friends. Explain to the doctor. I say the same thing. DJT.
DJT.
Gonna run out in a
Who's
couple weeks.
DJT?
Kind of nervous. I can't find a doctor that's going to write a script for me. I have a spinal cord injury.
Sorry, I don't understand.
I'm
Arnold.
suffering.
DG.
Um,
Donald Trump.
the doctor looks at me and says,
Lawrence the bankruptcy process.
doctor looks at me and says this. So the nurse in the front
Or detox bed with a median wait time of just 1 day.
wasn't a detox bed. Tell me what the detox. So they brought these big carnies and Trudeau.
Existing services. I'm going to talk about the Road to Recovery program that exists at St. Paul's right now. Over the fiscal plan, there is $47.416 million to sustain that. There is also
$41 million goes to the St. Paul's Hospital, where you go and they lie to you. They tell you to take drugs. They continue to give you drugs. They don't offer any supports to get off the drugs, and they just give you pamphlets like this. I know, friends. I like this one. This one's really colorful. Can you see this, friends? This is what the doctors and the nurses give you when you go to the hospital because you've got a problem with things like this. Anything like this, this is what they give you. I think Donald Trump is gonna go bankrupt. Come on, bro, you late again? Live event will begin shortly. The live event will begin shortly. In about 4'11", they will arrive. It might be a little bit longer if they're 6'4". Join me today as a live stream and give some commentary to Pierre Paul. You have his rally that's taking place in Oshua, Ontario, 3 p.m. The Conservative Party back. Pierre will have been filling buildings, aircraft hangars. I wouldn't be surprised if he could fill up half a GM place. Shelley, they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop giving out drugs. It's this freaking meathead right here. This is the meathead right here. Over here.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to see you.
It's not good to see
We
you.
have obviously had an eventful 24 hours as a country and certainly as a province. And
It's an
I
event
expect
watching you.
That uncertainty and continued announcements from the president will continue.
And certain announcements from you will continue.
I did want to
Parlez-vous français?
say
Je m'appelle Andrew.
I'm glad to see a shift.
He's always late.
In how the president's talking about
Good-looking
Canada,
men are always late.
how he's talking about our prime minister.
I be late all the time.
And I'm
I take my
hopeful that
time
this new
to show up when I need to
constructive
show up. How I
that
show
appears
up,
to be
when I
evolving
show up.
between the prime minister and the
But
president.
if she's a pretty girl, I
means
guarantee you I'll be there like
and ultimately
4 minutes late all the
grounds
time.
to sit down,
Gotta
like
have the
adults
apprehension.
and
The
come to
female's like,
agreement
oh, is he coming? He's
on
not
how
going to
our
show up.
two
He's not going to
countries
show
can
up.
work together
Oh,
to
he's
increase prosperity
here.
for
Oh,
everyone.
my God. Bless. God
British Columbia
bless his
stands
soul.
together
God bless his
with
soul.
Canadians
Salut!
across the country
Underground,
that are
très bien,
affected
bien.
by the president's
Tu
tariffs.
shabalaba,
And
shiminimanama.
particularly, I think about people who
Blah,
are
blah,
working in the
blah,
automotive
blah,
sector,
blah,
particularly in
Andrew.
Ontario right now are already facing
Hey, Underground,
layoffs.
I got to have you in here.
As well as
So
we stand with
what
the
we got to do
Americans.
next time is we got to get you in here, and I'll put you up on the screen. Me and you can do a live thing together, and you can do the French part, and I can do the English part. What do you think? What do you think, Underground? North of Hope needs to go with Alberta. No, all of BC needs to go with Alberta, and Alberta and BC need to be their own country. That's what has to happen. Underground, let's schedule a time to communicate this weekend sometime. You're 5 hours ahead of me, correct? It's 8 o'clock your time right now? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live stream. Please hit share. Please hit like. Please take a hit of the... don't take a hit of this. Do not take a hit of this. I can read this to you if you want me to read it to you. I don't know, but I'll read it to you. This is This is a document that the doctors and the nurses give you at the hospital and at the treatment, not at the treatment centers, at the opiate use centers or at the alcohol. You know what they call a detox center now? They call it an alcohol use center. I kid you not. That's what they're actually referring a detox center to, an alcohol use center. So imagine your friend, imagine your wife or your husband's got a problem with drinking. So you know, buddy, and say, hey, Andrew, can you help me out? Because my partner, she be drinking too much. Yeah, I'll be over tonight. I'll pick her up and I'll take her to the alcohol use center. He'd be like, what are you talking about? Yes, we need to do a thing on Paladin security. I know the owners of Paladin. I met them a long time ago. They know who I am. 100% they know who I am. We need to get that guy from Surrey, too, that had his 15-year-old daughter beat up by 5 East Indian guys. It's rampant. It's craziness. But is he just always late? Or like, what's going on? I'm going to go backwards and forward here. Let me go backwards and forward. I don't want to do the archive. I didn't want to do the archive. I want to do Pierre POILIVRE, who's really in Oshua, Ontario. Leaders Tour. Oh, look at that. He's got an Adam's apple. That's a very pronounced Adam's apple. I don't think he has an Adam's apple. My friends, I don't think he's got an Adam's apple. Someone sent me a notification. I like it when people are like sending me messages now. I like people sending me messages and people are like talking to each other. Want to go back to the pleb. Let's see what the pleb's doing. Holy smoke, the pleb's just rock and rolling.
Price is about to be a lot more expensive. I hope you guys were smart enough to buy Pierre POILIVRE at 30% on Polymarket. Shout out to my sponsor, Polymarket. Thank you for making elections so exciting. But yes, for all of you guys who are like, oh, the Polymarket odds make no sense. Well, now the polls are turning around, and wait till you see Pierre's odds. You would have wished you could have bought him at 30%. You could wish you got him that cheap. I never lost the faith. I bought the dip. I bought the Pierre dip.
That's the ambulance taking it out.
We're going to start the O Canada soon, chat.
34 cents. So check this out, people. So what is he doing here? Why is it loud?
What happened to that person? We don't know. My guess is that they were in such shock at how big.
Okay, my friends, check this out. So this is Polymarket. So if you're looking at this and if you can see this, holy cow, everyone just dropped. I turned on the pleb and everyone bounced. If everyone can check this out, this is the Polymarket. So you can buy, yes, at 34 cents. So you can spend like $100, and if you buy it at 34 cents, you say $100. You win 300. You listening to this? Where did everyone go? Everyone's still there? Where did everyone just go? They fell off the radar. Hello. Oh, they all just showed up. Everyone just bounced off. Like it just went right from like 9 people to 2. Then it went right back up to 5. So if everyone's looking at this, you can go to Polymarket and you can bet money. Okay? So if you can bet $100 right now at 34 cents and a mark, I guess. And then if he wins, you'll get $294. You still win money, even average price 67 cents. So there's 14,000 shares, 19,000 shares. Christina Freeland. So you can buy as 0.1 cents for Jag Meat. You can buy a whole bunch of shares at 1 cent. And you can spend $100, buy 1 cent. You'll get $100,000. Jag Meat wins. You go do some crazy shit. Man, he is just taking his time.
3.
Isn't that wild? Is that how that works? I guess that's how it works. The limit. So, Carney spreads 4 cents. The asks, people are selling their stock. People are selling and buying and selling. So, the asks are 34. So, you can ask. You can log into trade. Should I do this right now? I think I'm going to buy some shares. I think I'm going to actually buy some shares in this. So who is the next prime minister? So they're saying there's a 67% chance that Mark Carney's going to be the next bonehead. They're all boneheads, all 4 of them. Look at that. Christina Freeland's in her own spot. I don't understand. Anyways, that's pretty interesting, my friends. I'm going to go to a different video that I did. Here's a really good crime minister. Everybody remember this guy?
Of
Your delusion. Oh.
an existential challenge, an economic crisis. Canadians are showing exactly what we are made of.
Your delusion. Oh.
Canadians are showing what it is that makes us Canadians. Not by defining ourselves by who we're not, but by proudly embracing who we are. We're a country that knows.
Look at that, bro. Look at this. Look at this guy right here. Like, that's a straight line. That's a straight line. I mean, she's the leader of the free land world. Oh, she's so excited. She's so happy. What a dork, eh?
With determination when the going gets tough.
I am mean. I'm really mean, Shelley. I'm a very upset, angry dude, man from Prince George. I grew up in Prince George. I don't take no shit. I'm very frustrated. I'm very pissed off. Freeland messed it up. Like, you imagine, like, so Freeland quit the day before she had to make the announcement of how messed up she made it for everyone in Canada. She quit the day before she's supposed to show everyone the books. She quit. And then she says, oh, I quit because Justin was mean to me. Shut up. You should have just quit anyway. She thought she'd get first. She thought she'd get like some love. She got nothing. She's going to get nothing. She's going to go work out. She's going to go to Europe or England or somewhere to Europe. And she's going to go to Ukraine or England or France or Germany or somewhere else. I hope she leaves Canada. She doesn't deserve to be here. We are pissed, man. She shouldn't be allowed to run. She quit her job. She quit on it. She quit on us and now she's running. She quit on us and now she's running. I mean, I can't even look at this meathead's face. guy's an absolute, you must stay fearless.
So negative. They're hurting and they want to hurt other people. So start practicing using programs for your mind. Seminars, books, workshops. Keep a journal.
This is who I
your
listen
thoughts.
to.
What's
Everyone.
happening with you?
This is who I.
Every day when you get up, have a journal near you. I use the Jack Boland journal so that I can write down my ideas.
This is what I do every morning. Okay, every morning. This is what I do. Okay, every morning.
Let go.
I get up. I go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, do my thing, go back to bed, and meditate for 40 minutes. I listen to this. I wear my eye caps, and I turn my shit off. Then I get up. I come downstairs. I go to my backyard. I jump in the ice tub, and I wake up.
Okay, now remember the central tube. The
Yeah,
central
I know,
axis. Moving from survival to creation.
The guy's amazing. This is a good one too, just in case you're just in the day and you just need to shut your shirt off.
Good morning, and welcome to this transformative morning meditation. Today I am going to
And when I go to
teach
bed, I do this. I turn this on. I put my headphones on. I put my headphones on. Okay. I got speakers above my bed, above where my headboard is. I got speakers that point down at my brain. I put my eye patches on. And this is what I listen to when I go to bed. It stays on for 8 hours. That's what I do. This is like the ultimate, like, it's so good for my back. Anyways, I'm going to put everyone in a trance. You're all gonna start slowly falling asleep. I love audiobooks, but the problem with audiobooks is and just like movies, I go to sleep watching Mission Impossible. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning with a gun. I'm gonna go and save the world. Boom. I go to bed watching Warrior, that movie with those wrestler dude, the brothers that punch each other out. I wake up in the middle of the night fighting. I sometimes used to listen to the Tony Robbins before I went to bed, but I just wouldn't sleep properly. So I really try hard to listen to some really powerful meditation. I do meditate quite often. I find that it's extremely good for me. Man, this guy's late, hey? Oh, God. He's here. We're here. Glory, glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard with my mother in her house. Me. Stand on guard for me.
Bring it home. Bring it home. Bring it home. Bring it home.
Oh, Harry Potter's awesome.
Okay, here we go.
This guy's not good.
Look at this crowd. Look at this crowd in here. My name is Greg Brady, and I am the candidate and the next member of parliament in Ajax.
He's manifesting the shit out of that.
I will tell you, I've never been in this hangar before, and we have filled an entire airplane hangar in beautiful Oshawa.
How many people live in Oshawa?
Now, I will also tell you that I'm not sure Mark Carney's rallies could fill any of these airplanes.
Are you kidding me? Are you ready? There's only 55.
Now, I will also, let's give another quick round of applause to our first responders, the technicians that came in, the EMTs, the paramedics, the police. These are the people, police, fire, healthcare workers.
There's 190,000 people in Oshawa, Ontario.
On the ground, knocking on doors. We're hearing these people at the doors, and they want the same change you all do, and we want to support them more. And we're going to after April 28th. I promise you that.
Promises. Make promises. You better keep them. You're a politician. You're not allowed to make promises.
Just a real quick introduction. So many of you have said we miss you on the radio on 640 Toronto. I ain't going back. I ain't going back. We're going to take a majority government into Ottawa in May. Let me quickly introduce you. Before I introduce you to the woman of the hour, I want to introduce some of your MPs and candidates that made the trip. Some came a lot further than others. Some are parked in worse parking spots than you are. They are. First of all, let's have her stand up. She started singing just a minute ago. The next MP in Oshawa is Rhonda Kirkland. I want to introduce somebody else who believes in law and order like no other MP does also. He is Larry Brock. One of the most, I told her this already, so if I don't admit it to you guys, I can't just admit it to her. One of the most eloquent and powerful speakers in the House of Commons. And Peterborough knows her and loves her. Michelle Ferrari is here.
Oh, Michelle's there. Well, stand up, girl. Give us some love. Come on, stand up. Stand up.
Now we got to go up to Halliburton, Cottage Country. And representing the great people up there is Jamie Schmale.
My back is just killing me.
Now, everybody just knows him as Lionel, but it's not Lionel Richie. He's a lot smoother and soulful than that. He's Lionel, mate, okay, you didn't think so. Okay, Lionel Loganathan.
Welcome to the channel. Please like, please subscribe. Please say hello in the chat. Please drop a like.
The man in Durham and Bowmanville, Oshawa North, your MP, Jamil Javani.
Underground, you still here?
Now, Ajax and Whitby, we only scrap it out on baseball, soccer, and hockey arenas. We're pals. We support each other. He's the next MP. And the last incumbent Liberal MP standing in Durham right now is Ryan Turnbull. Not for much longer. Not for much longer. Steve Yamada is our next MP in Whitby. Francis Lavoie. There he is right there also. And last but not least, my neighbor in Pickering, Ontario, beautiful Pickering, Alicia Villanga is the next MP there. So you're all waiting for the main event, but I'm telling you, you came on a special night, and this doesn't happen at every rally. We know that there's one person, one man, who's going to deliver the change, and he's going to send Mark Carney packing back to England or Ireland or wherever he's going to
go. Bro, Drew Coover.
Yeah, and that is the leader of the opposition, soon to be your Prime Minister, Pierre Poilievre. But to get the honor of introducing him, I have the pleasure to introduce you to the woman behind the boss, Anita Poilievre.
Anita.
She is an entrepreneur. She is a dedicated advocate.
Oh, Shelly, that was absolutely fucked up. Like, how do you, okay, so, like, okay. It's grade 9. I'm going to John McGuinness High School. Okay, there's a guy that wants to fight this other guy. So some people say, hey, can you get this guy to come to Cherry Park? There used to be a park beside John McGuinness High School. Can you get this guy to come to Cherry Park? They asked me so that he could beat him up. And guess what I did? I knocked him cold center, right straight in the head, right in the cafeteria at John McGuinness. I'm put up with that bullshit. They be doing it in politics. Where these people learn these behaviors? I don't understand. It's just so sad. It's not a Canadian thing to do. Carney should be disqualified just because of ethics, 100%. Anyways, she's a cutie. I was right beside her.
Hello.
Hello,
Good
hello.
evening, Oshawa.
She's a cutie patootie.
What a crowd. Just a little over 6,000 people. Thank you.
Holy
My people.
fuck, 6,000 every day. They got an average of 5,000 people, 4,000 people at every
Thank
rally
you. Thank
every
you
day
so much.
since this first one in Surrey.
Canada, here we are.
It's got to be a week.
In a crucial time where we must decide whether we're going to elect for a fourth time a government, a liberal government that has weakened our economy,
Left
left
everything.
us with unaffordable housing,
I know, and a cop. He's not a cop.
crime,
She's very
and
awesome.
vulnerable in the face of the threats
She
of
takes care of
Donald
herself,
Trump,
too,
or are we going to elect a conservative government who's going to put Canada first for a change?
She's really cute, bro. Left Coast, she's really cute. Like, I was like, shook her hand. She's just like, she's super. She's got some really, really, really. She got good energy, man. You know me. I can talk. I can see people. I can see through it. The fakeness. She wasn't fake. She was actually.
This journey began about 3 years ago for my husband
Put her hand out,
and my
shook my
family.
hand, and I'm a big,
When
strong
my
dude.
husband decided to run for the leader of the Conservative Party of Canada.
Used to be.
Ever since, he has been traveling from coast to coast to coast, so that
He
can
was a
step
cop
out
in
of the
Toronto.
Ottawa bubble to listen to Canadians directly, to hear their stories, understand their struggles. Because what we need is a government and a leader of the people, by the people.
Club's got 10,000 people watching.
Leadership is born from the love of our country, from true patriotism, for the love of our true north, strong and free. But to truly... But you know, it has been a lot more than 3 years that Pierre has been fighting for all of us. He has been here in Canada fighting for families, for our youth, for our seniors, always, always fighting and by our side. So, yes, good question. So, while Mr. Carney is seeking public office, he is out to give the respect it deserves. He cannot look down on those who have been here fighting by your side all along, because
Pierre's going to be our prime minister. He's going to stay there for to change the
I
rules.
love all of my husband's policies. But to truly
She doesn't like.
understand his
She's
policies,
lying.
you have to
Did you hear
policies,
what she
you
just
have
said,
to
Shelly? She loves all of her husband's policies. No wife loves all of her husband's policies, or maybe she does. She just may not agree with them.
and the why. You have to know the men and the family behind all of it.
He was doing a lot of shit behind.
Pierre
All cops are.
was born from a teenage mother who gave him out for adoption in Calgary to two school teachers from Saskatchewan. They worked really hard, very humble life, and lived paycheck to paycheck. Pierre fought for everything he has.
You don't have to fight for anything. You just have to work for it.
And I was born in Caracas, Venezuela. I have some of my people here. There you go. Muchísimas gracias. Es un honor y un placer de poder ser una voz fuerte para el pueblo latino y la gente de Venezuela. Muchísimas gracias. I was born in Caracas, Venezuela, and my family immigrated here in 1995 in the east end of Montreal. There were 6 of us living in a small basement apartment. And my father's first job was to pick up fruits and vegetables because that's all he could do. Later on, he had 3 minimum wage jobs because he needed to work really hard, and that's all he could get to feed our family. By the time that I was 17, I had moved out of home, and I was 100% financially independent. It wasn't easy. And when I turned 19, I packed up my suitcase, left Montreal, went to Ottawa, took a student loan, put myself through university, worked full-time, and studied full-time at the same time.
Oh, that's quite an addiction.
By the time that I was 25, working in the Senate, I was able to save $25,000.
Can you guys hear her? Am I as loud or over loud?
Townhouse in the east end of Ottawa.
Or is it balanced? Could someone tell me if my volume mic is balanced to their...
That was in 2012, 3 years before the Liberals took office. That was the good time, when the Canadian Promise was still alive and well. Ladies and gentlemen, that dream is no longer possible. And that is why my family stands united, because we want to restore the Canadian Promise back.
I don't think that, unfortunately, I don't think they're ever going to be able to restore it. Thank you, Shelley. I don't think they're ever going to be able to restore it. They're going to be able to make it a bit better, but...
So, ladies...
He's going to win by a
landslide.
landslide.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, it shouldn't be this way. But hope is on the way. It is my pleasure to stand united by my husband's side and to share him with all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, the next Prime Minister of Canada, Pierre Poilievre.
So the funny thing is when I was there at the event, she sits down in the front row, right? There's a seat for her. She sits in the front row, and she sits there and watches her husband the whole time he speaks. So if we put a timer on this, it's 4:16 p.m., okay? 4:16 p.m. Thanks, bro. So he's going to speak. So when he spoke in Surrey, it was 51 minutes. My back really, really hurts. I'm in a lot of pain. I can't stand the pain. Fuck. Hey, buddy. Sorry about that. Are you there? Okay, you're awesome. Thank you so much, bro. Fucking pain. The pain in my fucking spinal cord is just so intense. I wonder what happened. They turned the volume down. I think they turned the volume down so that because they have music on and then it's interfering with other people that are live streaming. Because if they put on the music when I'm live streaming, it'll affect my channel. It'll be a copyright strike against it. So I think this is what they're doing now. They didn't do this in the first day or two, but now they're doing it. There he is. Okay, where's the sound? Its sound disappeared. There they go. Protect free speech. Stop the crime. Canada first. Hope is on the way. Oshawa, Pierre.
Who's ready to bring change to Canada? Who's ready to axe some taxes? Who's ready to build some homes for a change? Who's ready to stop the crime for a change? And who's ready to put Canada first for a change? Wow.
What an incredible crowd. I decided I would come and visit with my very closest friends in Oshawa. And this is the crowd you bring. Look at this incredible 6,000 people from Oshawa here to put our country first and bring home the Canada we love. Okay. Oh, my little guy Cruz, our pilot here. We've got a little pilot here. Show him, look at that pilot jacket. He sees all these planes, and I asked him, do you want a plane or do you want a helicopter? And his answer was, yes. I think he wants both. So if the security turns their eyes away for any amount of time, I'm afraid you might lose one of these airplanes. Our little guy might take it up for a spin. But before I go any further, let me just acknowledge that we had a terrible medical emergency here. A gentleman collapsed, and we thought we'd lost him. But then an amazing and courageous nurse came to the rescue. Jennifer, come up on stage. Come on over. Thank you. Give Jennifer a big round of applause. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. What a hero. Amazing, Jennifer. How long have you been a nurse for?
Oh, that's a tough one. 17, 18 years.
Here in Oshawa? Amazing.
God bless.
Well, on behalf of everyone in this room, and behalf of the blessed gentleman who I believe is in the loving hands of our paramedics, doctors, and nurses, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. You are a great Canadian hero. Thank you.
I don't know if he's doing that for like looks or...
A great Canadian hero, like so many. We're so blessed to have the greatest people on earth. Courageous, giving, generous, patriotic, in solidarity, one with the other. Our people deserve the best country in the world. Our flag represents the best country in the world, and we are going to restore the promise of the best country in the world. The great Canadian promise.
It's really hard to sit this long.
Anyone who works hard gets a great life in a beautiful house on a safe street, protected by brave soldiers under our proud flag. That was the great Canadian promise that gave me my start in life, that allowed my wife to come here as a refugee from Venezuela. 6 people crammed into a small basement Montreal apartment, but all of them have succeeded and enjoyed a great life as a result of the promise this country has to offer. And unfortunately, it's been 10 years, the lost Liberal decade. The lost Liberal decade. Everything costs more, with food prices up 37% faster in Canada than in the United States. Housing costs have doubled, with the worst housing price inflation of any country in the G7, and the fewest homes per person in any of those countries, even though we have by far the most land to build on. Crime, chaos, drugs, and disorder overtake our once safe streets. And yet, the Liberals have weakened our economy with high taxes and anti-resource laws, a radical net zero ideology which stands for net zero growth. They have driven $500 billion south, and they have weakened our economy, making us more dependent and vulnerable than ever before on the Americans. So the question in this election is very simple. After the lost Liberal decade of rising costs and crime and a falling economy under the thumb of the Americans, are we going to elect them for a 4th Liberal term, or is it... No, we're not. We cannot afford to elect this disastrous Liberal government for a 4th term. It is time to put Canada first for a change with a new Conservative government.
You're absolutely right, Left.
Bring it home. Bring it home. Wow.
But they're not coming and buying the land up anymore, Left.
This side wants to axe the tax. This side wants to bring it home. Why don't we do both?
I rent out property out to an Asian gentleman from Alberta, and I said to him, "Where did all the Asians go? If they all left because people were saying they left?" He said, "No, there's just more Indians.
Giovanni for a change in Durham.
There's just that many more Indians."
Greg Brady for a change in Ajax. And we have Steve Yamada for a change in Whitby. And I think a number of our other candidates have snuck in the door, but I'm not gonna mention them all because I don't want to leave anyone else, just the ones that are closest by. So all of you know who to vote for. Get the message out. Tell all the people you've ever met that you need to elect these
Hey, can
four
everyone
people
like everything?
in this
Can you
great
like
region.
the channel,
We
please?
need a change in Canada,
press the
and
like,
this is the
press the like,
Canada
tap the
First
like,
team to
tap the like,
deliver
tap
that change. Parce que le choix dans les élections qui s'en viennent, c'est est-ce que les libéraux méritent un 4e mandat après les décennies perdues
Please hit the like button.
où l'économie a chuté, plus dépendant que jamais sur les Américains, et le coût de la vie a gonflé. Après 10 ans des libéraux,
Après
de
10
Carney-Trudeau,
ans, play.
le Canada est affaibli face aux États-Unis. Ils ont ajouté 100 000 fonctionnaires, brisé notre système d'immigration, permis plus de criminalité, la dette nationale est doublée et le coût de logement aussi. Et c'est la pire inflation depuis 40 ans.
Look
Cette
at all the
faiblesse
people.
nous rend dépendants
Damn, he's
aux
speaking
États-Unis
French.
et
What's that?
menace notre souveraineté.
Is he speaking French?
Pour
No
reprendre le
one's looking
contrôle
at
et
him. They're all
relancer
looking
notre
away.
économie, il faut couper la bureaucratie, les taxes et les impôts, protéger nos
trying to figure out
frontières,
who's French. He's French.
exploiter
He's
nos
French.
ressources naturelles,
He's French.
comme avec GNL Québec, pour assurer notre souveraineté économique et énergétique, ainsi que protéger notre souveraineté contre les menaces de Donald Trump. Le Canada vaut la peine qu'on se batte pour lui, pour notre peuple, pour notre chez nous, pour le Canada d'abord.
Pour le Canada, I don't know. He just pour le Canada.
And today more than ever, more than ever, we are seeing that the weakness in our Canadian economy has made us vulnerable to outside forces once again. After the Liberals weakened our economy, President Trump smelled that weakness and attacked us with more unjustified tariffs. Yet another betrayal of Canada by the American president. That's why, and he understands that the Liberals will keep our country weak and helpless by attacking our resource sector and taxing our businesses and people. That's exactly why he's endorsed Mark Carney.
Please
he
hit
wants
the
a
like
weak
button.
Liberal when we know we need a strong conservative. But we won't let Donald Trump choose our next prime minister. Canadians will be taking back control of their lives. Today I said that as prime minister on day one, I would tell the president that we should quickly renegotiate the CUSMA agreement, put an end to the tariffs while we do, get a deal done, bring certainty where there is uncertainty, and that deal will protect the sovereignty and independence of Canada, put an end to the tariffs, and allow us to rebuild our military. In the meantime, we will be there to defend our workers, including the great Canadian auto workers of Oshawa, Windsor, Brampton, Alliston, and countless other places. We announced today we'll make sure that the businesses have the loans they need to pay the wages and keep workers working. We also announced that a Canada First Conservative government will boost demand for Canadian-made cars. Here's the deal. Buy a car that's
Thanks,
made
Arnold.
in Canada, pay
Appreciate
no federal
your
sales
time.
tax.
Hope you have a great night, and we will see you on the flip side. Check that video that I did today about
Buy
the BC
Canadian.
bullshit health minister.
Axe the tax for a change.
Please like and subscribe.
Now, the Liberals have pulled a fast one on us. I love you too. God bless you. I love you people. I love every one of you. What an incredible group of people. By the way, for any of the political historians out there, when was the last time we had a rally of this size anywhere in Canada? Look it up. Look it
Never.
up. I asked the media. The media should have a look. The media should have a look. When was the last time there was a rally of this size anywhere in Canada? The answer is, while the Liberal lobbyists and insiders say that Canadians are stuck with a fourth Liberal term, we know, and this crowd sends the message, that Canadians are ready to put their country first and bring real change to Canada. But the Liberals have pulled a fast one. After the lost Liberal decade, what they've done is replace Justin Trudeau with his economic advisor and hand-picked successor, Mark Carney. Now, but it is the same Liberal ministers, the same Liberal MPs, the same Liberal strategists, the same Liberal policies that got us into this mess. Never entrust the solution to the people who made the problem. The only difference between Trudeau and his economic advisor.
Okay, friends, I'm going to put money on Poilievre. Pierre is going to win.
Mark Carney is weaker
So,
and more out of touch, totally conflicted with millions of dollars invested in things that go against Canada's national interest. We must reject, up until just a few months ago, he had 3 different passports, was calling himself a European.
okay, so
moved his headquarters to New York,
I'm going to put $1,000 down.
killing jobs and opportunity in Canada. He will make us poorer and weaker, and that's exactly why Donald Trump keeps trying to get
They're pissed
Carney
off, eh? They can hear him.
reelected.
They're pissed
At
off.
the same time, Mr. Carney gave a
As soon as he
big
brings up Carney,
gift
they just
to
start
Donald
heckling.
Trump this week. He announced that if he is reelected, he will keep the Liberal No New Pipelines Law C-69 in place. This law will guarantee that we will never build another pipeline, major mine, LNG export plant, and force us to helplessly hand our resources over to the Americans at a discount.
They're not heckling
making us
him.
even more dependent than we already
They're talking
are.
shit about Carney in
Canadians,
my headphones, what I hear.
Liberals have not learned their lesson.
It's pretty clear
But
to hear.
Canadians aren't stupid. They know that we need to develop and harvest our resources to take back control of our economic destiny for a change.
What was the black guy's, the quarterback, Al from the Raiders quarterback? He would heckle me when I used to run into him.
Canada First.
Hey, Big
economic
Rick.
Plan. I call it the Bring It Home plan. Bring it home because we're going to bring
But I used to
home
get
our paychecks in
pancaked by
production. And you're
Varnell
going to bring
Quinn.
home more of your paycheck. So let's start with that first one.
The hand comes out.
After the lost Liberal
I go
decade,
flying.
Canadians are now spending more on taxes than on food, clothing, and shelter combined. Look at that. We got an apple over there. He's got an apple for me. That's very nice of him. How do you like them? No, don't throw the apple. We don't want anybody else to have to leave in an ambulance today. I wasn't the best baseball player. Afterwards, you can give me the apple. And, all right, nice guy. How do you like them apples, everybody?
Okay, I'm going to bet $1,000 down on Poilievre. If Pierre wins, I
But right
make
now, after people are
$2,941, so I'll make
spending
$2,000.
on food, more in taxes than on food, clothing, and shelter.
Can you guys
Income
let me know if I
tax is
should
the
put
fine
a
you
G
pay
note
for the
down?
crime of working hard. The harder you work, the more you pay. Enough. We've got to stop punishing work and start rewarding success in this country, and that's why That's why conservatives will cut your income tax by 15% so you bring your paycheck home for a change.
He practices that smile.
You like that idea? This lady is very excited about a 15% income tax. What are you going to spend it on? What are you going to do with the money that's going to be in your pocket when we cut your taxes by 15%? She runs a business. She's going to put the money back in the business and grow even bigger. Wow, what a great idea. I like the idea of leaving the money in her hands. She'll do better things with it than will do the bureaucrats in Ottawa. I believe that $1 in the hands of the person who earned it is better spent than in the hands of the politician who taxed it. And so I trust you with your own money for a change.
That's a politician.
And for people who might have sold their house to downsize or inherited from their newly deceased spouse and have some extra money to set aside, whose growth you want to protect from even more taxation, will allow you to contribute an extra $5,000 a year to your tax-free savings account as long as it's invested in Canada. Bring it home. We need investment in this country. Canada gets 55 cents of investment for every dollar. Sorry, a Canadian worker gets 55 cents of investment for every dollar of investment that the American worker gets. Money's been pouring out of our country, south of the border, into the hands of Americans. Canadian dollars building pipelines, mines, business centers, and more with Canadian investment. I want to bring it home, so I've announced that we will pass the Canada First reinvestment tax cut. Zero capital gains tax when you reinvest the proceeds in Canada. And then we're going to get rid of the worst tax of all, the inflation tax. We know the inflation tax is the result of rampant government money printing. If you have an economy with 10 apples and $10, it's a bucket apple. But whenever I talk about inflation, I hear crickets from the Liberals. But the reality is that if you double the dollars to 20, but you still only have 10 apples, you're not twice as rich. It's just that now each apple costs twice as much. The Liberals grew the money supply by 40%, from $1.8 trillion to $2.5 trillion, 40% more money, while the economy grew by only 4%. In other words, the money grew 10 times faster than the stuff that money buys. Now, all that cash starts out in the hands of government bureaucracy and the financial system. So the very wealthy and well-connected touch it first before it loses its purchasing power. But by the time they start spending it, everything goes up in price, and the working class people say their purchasing power go down. It's actually not that things cost more, it's that your money is worth less. And it is the worst tax because it takes from the working people to give to the super elite billionaires who simply watch their assets go up year after year. In other words, it takes from the have-nots to give to the have-yachts. Furthermore,
thank you.
Furthermore, this tax increase is sneaky. There's no vote in Parliament. It just happens through backroom money printing that most people cannot follow. And so you're never able to hold accountable the people who caused the price increase. You just assume the grocer or the local gas station or corner store has suddenly gotten greedy and raised prices, when in fact it is the government that is driving the greed behind it. It is the worst tax, and that is why we will stop the overspending that led to the money printing in the first place. We'll cut bureaucracy, consultants, handouts to liberal and corporate insiders, and we will cut foreign aid to dictators, terrorists, and multinational bureaucracy to bring our money home.
Straight facts. Get rid of
Bring it home.
I'm so mad at those people.
We're going to bring in a wonderful new law. It's called dollar for dollar. Requires we find $1 of savings for every new dollar of spending. Every other creature in the universe must live with scarcity. That is, whether you're the fish in the seas or the birds in the trees, you must maximize use of scarce resources. The only creature that doesn't have to follow this rule is the politician who just creates more cash or passes the bill on to you in higher taxes. This new law will require that government make the same trade-offs that you do, choosing between this or that, or finding a bargain on this and that. And in that way, we will drive down the cost of government to stop the inflationary debt. And you know what? You've been pinching your pennies long enough. It's time for the government to start pinching its pennies too.
You know, when I heard him last week and saw him out in Surrey, he was not nearly as good as how he is today. He is getting so much better. It's really amazing to watch.
And managing our common sense is what we need in this country. And but we're not done there. The biggest price inflation we have seen during the lost Liberal decade has been housing. Housing costs have more than doubled since Liberals promised to bring them down. Mark Henry, we are going to give our children a future back, the opportunity to own a home. To own a home. Mark Carney told Justin Trudeau to print money like crazy. He flooded the British economy with easy cash, and he's been widely blamed for causing the housing crisis in that country. And his company, Brookfield, actually profits off the housing crisis with rent evictions, rent increases, and other abuses. He actually profits when housing costs go up. His interests are against the interests of our people. Conservatives understand that the reason housing costs so much in Canada is because governments stand in the way. We have the second slowest building permits. It takes 3 times longer to get a development approved in Canada compared to the US and the UK. 60% of the cost of a new home in Vancouver is government taxes, charges, fees, delays, lawyers, accountants, and countless...
60% of new builds cost just in the taxes in the city.
And axe the taxes to build the homes. And so I am announcing that a Conservative government will axe the federal sales tax on new homes to save you 65 grand. We will incentivize municipalities.
Welcome to the channel, friends.
We will incentivize municipalities to speed up permits, free up land, and cut development charges to build 15% more every single year. We'll sell off 6,000 federal buildings, thousands of acres of federal land to build the homes of the future so you can afford a place to live for a change. And so the choice after the lost Liberal decade, the choice after the lost Liberal decade is, do we give the Liberals a 4th term to hike your taxes and increase housing costs? Or is it time for a new Conservative government that will bring lower taxes and affordable homes for a change? We will unlock our resources. We should be...
All right, friends, it's been 30 minutes of talking. 28 minutes.
Resources in the form of uranium, the most potash, the longest oceanic coastline, the 5th most farmland per capita in the world. We need to unlock the massive resource potential that God gave this country. And so, 14 of the biggest energy companies have told us the things we need to do, 5 things that we need to do to unlock our resources, and I will do all of them. 1, they say you have to axe the entire carbon tax, including the carbon tax on industry. Axe the tax. Well, Donald Trump hits us with our industry with tariffs, and Mark Carney wants to compound them with industrial carbon taxes that will drive our steel, aluminum, and other industry south. Conservatives will axe the industrial carbon tax to bring the production home to Canada. Second, they say we need to repeal the Liberal No New Pipelines Law, C-69. We'll repeal the law. we will get rid of the energy cap that blocks the growth in our energy sector. We'll produce more oil and gas and other critical minerals to power our economic future. They say we need to go from having 17-year approvals for mines to 6 months. Yes, I will get it done in 6 months, not 17 years to bring it home. And they say that we need to empower our First Nations communities to invest in resource projects to generate paychecks for their people and pay for clean drinking water, health care, and education. And I say yes to that too. Mark Carney says no, 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 and no. He keeps Stephen Guilbeault in his cabinet, who wants to ban roads from being built. The choice in the election is, do we want to elect the Liberals for a 4th term of blocking resources and making us dependent on the Americans, or is it time to put Canada first for a change with a new Conservative government that will get our resources developed? But to do it, we need the boots and not suits to get the job done. We have some trades workers. Are you a trades worker, sir? Are you a trades worker? I noticed you just stood up after I said that. Are you a trades worker? Do we have any trades workers in this place? Yeah, there we go. There we go. We got trades workers all over the place. Sorry, this gentleman jumped up when I said boots, not suits. I thought he might have been one of our great plumbers or pipe fitters or carpenters. Sorry to single. You're a tradesman? What do you do? Electrician. That is shocking. Shocking news. We have an electrician. What do we have over here? Iron worker. Give it up for the iron workers over here.
Straight facts, eh? Let me see.
She's made of steel. She's made of steel. Way to go. Support blue collar. My friends, we got a lot of trades workers back there. What do we got back there? Pipe fitter over here. What's this? Sheet metal worker. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the people who make stuff, move stuff, build stuff.
I haven't heard anyone say foster parent yet.
Yep.
I haven't heard anyone say federal worker at home working.
So listen, my friends, we're gonna invest in. What do we got? Medic, we need a medic over there. Oh, we need a medic over there.
Oh no, someone's just listen. Like, when I was there, and I got it on my video on my YouTube channel that I did live for him. A lady, like 4 chairs over and 2 up, she had a massive panic attack, and no one knew what to do. She was crying, and freaking the guy's like trying to rub her back, and he's like trying to help her out. And I'm like, this isn't good. I left my post and went over and helped her out. Calmed her down, started doing breathing technique and breathing exercises with her. Oh, God bless. God bless. Pierre, you need more first aid at your events. People are literally passing out because they're so freaking, they want change so bad.
All right.
So many people want fucking change so bad. It's not.
Thank you very much, everyone, for your incredible patience, and thank you to the great heroes that helped out again. Incredible. Thank you very much for your patience, everybody. As I say earlier on, we need to build the country, and we need the people who know how to build, and that's why Canadian Conservatives will sponsor 350,000 union-directed training positions to trade apprentices and young tradespeople across this country.
I'm sorry, friends. I just
with
got
boots,
it.
not suits. And it's not just the trades, it's the professions. We have
I'm screwing this up
we have
here.
20,000 immigrant doctors and 32,000 immigrant nurses who can't work in Canada because they have no way of proving their
My
qualifications.
apologies, friends.
In Toronto, it is stupid. And so they end up doing low-wage jobs while there's lineups in our hospitals. They say in Toronto, if you have a heart attack, don't call 911, call an Uber because the driver is probably a doctor. That's the insanity of it all. But we know the solution, my friends. We are going to bring in a national Blue Seal certification for every profession so our immigrant doctors and nurses can get licensed and working and reducing our wait times. We're going to bring home safety to our people. We're going to bring home safety to our people. We are going to end the liberal catch and release criminal justice system with jail and not bail. Jail, not bail. Jail, not bail. We're going to bring jail, not bail for repeat violent offenders. And
people are passing out, man. That's 2 people now. They're all excited. They're super excited. Oh, it's the same nurse. She's helped out through 2 or 3 people. She's going to be the Minister of Health. Do more podcasts. Give me a call, brother. I'll do a podcast with you, Pierre.
all right, we have another great Canadian who has survived. Let's give them a round of applause as well.
That's hilarious. Hey, friends, thanks for joining in. Please hit the like
The great
button.
Canadian people who've gathered here today,
The
I
same
realize
nurses
there's a
helped
lot
3
more than we
people today.
expected, which generated a lot of heat in the room, but we're going to keep the heat on to bring home the country we knew and loved. It means that we're going to repeal the catch and release liberal criminal justice system, bring jail not bail for repeat violent offenders. We will
stand up,
ban,
friends. My back's
we
just
will
too
ban
sore.
hard drugs, give life sentences to the fentanyl drug kingpins who are murdering our kids, invest in treatment and recovery to bring our loved ones home drug-free. We will secure our borders to stop the guns, the drugs, and the stolen cars from coming into our country, and we will pay for it by canceling the useless attack on licensed, law-abiding, trained, and tested firearms owners. Protecting our
Please
country
hit that like button.
means that we must rebuild the great Canadian
subscribe
Armed
if you haven't.
Forces.
There's going to be a lot of work. We were the second
we
biggest
will buy
standing
4
army.
big, massive icebreakers
100
to
years
take
ago.
back control of our Arctic waters with submarines, fighter jets, Poseidon aircraft, new runways in the north, and the forced Arctic Canadian base since the Cold War, CFB Iqaluit. All of this to restore our country and its promise. We will be a nation that defends itself, makes goods for its people, builds homes for its youth, protects its vulnerable, secures its border, a nation of strivers and workers, of adventurers and artists, a nation that unites for one purpose, to restore the great Canadian promise that anyone from anywhere can achieve anything, that hard work gets you a great life in a beautiful house, on a safe street, protected by our proud soldiers, under our wonderful Canadian flag. Canada first for a change. Let's bring it home.
Yeah, I think he's going to wrap it up. It's just people are falling apart. Well, friends, that was, what do you got to say? Let's talk. Anybody got anything to say? That was quite amazing. He always gives his girl a kiss. He always has a good conversation. He always shakes lots of hands. There's a lot of cops there now. That's an interesting thing. A lot of police officers. My back is just destroying me.
Industrial carbon tax that steel is already paying in Canada, a tax that doesn't exist in the United States of America. Something that both Trump and Carney want to do is tax Canadian industry. Trump with tariffs, Carney with carbon taxes. And he I don't know if you saw him, he went on an Atlantic Canadian CTV report, and he was asked, will his carbon tax on steel get passed on to consumers? And he said, oh, don't worry, you don't use steel anymore. You saw that?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I shared it.
Yeah, I'm glad. So you shared that message?
As a joke.
Yeah. Well, a fourth Liberal term would be a joke for Canada, but we can't afford to elect them a fourth time. We need a change to put Canada first.
Yes,
with a new Conservative government. That's what we're going to do, and we have a plan to bring it home. One, we're going to pass a big.
Hey friends, I'm going to get going here. I got to make dinner.
And
I
home
got
building.
a couple big meetings
We will
tonight.
cut your income tax by 15%.
It was a pleasure to have
so
everyone
bring
here
home
join me to watch this. I loved having the conversations and the hecklers, and what a good time. What a horrible time to be a Canadian. But there's some opportunity here. This is going to change for us. It has to. It's just got to. Anyways, my friends, God bless. Be Canadian. Be proud. And remember, when you vote, it's you, the pen, the pencil, the paper, and the almighty upstairs. And your children.